Welcome to another episode of the Unedited Adda with me, Srinjoy Sen, and I have today with me
Hello.
Shivangi,
Thank you for having me here.
Emp1, Employee 1, and
Yes.
I understand you're an expert of
Yes.
employees, right,
Yes.
or handling employees.
Right.
So tell us a bit more about you.
So my company's name is EMP1. The name which I derived, the EMP1 basically means you focus on the employees of the company. The main idea is your employees are the assets of the company. So we focus on each and every employee of the company so that your business thrives. That is the idea of the company. So we do employee engagement activities so that there is a behavior change within the employees. For example, if I tell you you need to become a good leader, and if I make you sit in boring sessions, you will not really understand what leadership skills are. But when I make you do some activities and you actually feel that behavior change within yourself through those activities, those are employee corporate engagement activities, and we do it with a group of employees. It depends on your needs. Like if you are telling me that my employees are not engaged within themselves, they are not engaged with the work that they are doing, so we come up with different activities so they are engaged with the work they're doing. They're willing to work more than 9 to 5. They're willing to give it their all so that your business is thriving.
Right. So, like, how to get the best out
Yeah,
of
best out of them.
them.
So we focus on different sort of things like leadership skills, emotional intelligence, employee well-being, and we do various activities for team collaboration, team communication, stress management, those sort of activities.
So you give a wholesome experience
Yes,
when it
right.
comes to managing the
That is true.
workforce.
Yeah, wholesome. It depends on the needs of the company. If there are many people who might be engaged with their work, they are going beyond their working hours, they're going beyond their effort levels, but somehow they are not getting, they're not engaged with their employees, with the engaged with their work but not with their employees. So we come up with different plans for different sort of needs of the business.
Okay. So who are your existing clients like?
Existing clients, I've worked with Wow Momo and I worked as a freelancer for 2 years. So I work with companies in Delhi and Bombay, and majority of my sectors are IT sectors and consulting companies, because these are and also majorly startups as well. Right now I'm targeting startups. For example, like Dot and Key is one of my great start. Like I'm looking to target them. So these are the startups that I'm looking to work for.
So when you pitch yourself as HR management, or
No,
what do you think?
I pitch myself as an organizational psychologist because I am a certified organizational psychologist. And what an organizational psychologist does is we, like a consultant, you understand the needs of the company and then you come up with a plan as to how you can help the company. You deliver activities according to that, and then we measure the performance and the success of that.
Okay, right. So you are different from just a not a
HR,
HR
yeah.
outsourcing company, no?
Yeah, it's completely different. What an HR does is they work with payrolls, they work with attendance management. But what an organizational psychology does is we focus on the psychology of the employee so that there is a behavior change within the employee.
So which effectively means even HR outsourcing companies are good connects for you. You'll
Yeah,
be
that
able
is
to
true. I,
collaborate
I
with
can
them.
collaborate with them, I can work for them, but like our works are not very similar
Right.
because they work on the payroll. For example, you need help with your attendance management, you need attendance with all of those activities. So they are going to do it for you. But what we do is we work on the psychology of your employees so that there's a behavior change within them.
Okay. And what is the normal size,
So,
organizational size that you work with,
so
or
right now I'm
ideally?
working with targeting 30 to 100 employees right now. We really want to expand in the future, but right now we're targeting 30 to 100 employees.
Okay. And what are the? Can you just give some examples of what
Uh,
type of work you do?
exact. So last week we had a work. So now these days, you're suppose there are three generations involved in the business. For example, my family business as well. My grandfather, my father, and me. We were in the family business until
Right.
last year. But what I realized is the thought process is really different generation wise. So similarly in companies, there are different generations, be it baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z. So how do you give the training program in such a way so that they are engaged and thought process, like they're able, I can't say that the thought process would be the same, because that's a speciality of bringing in different generations. So how do you actually educate them, and how do you make their leadership style stand out so that they're able to collaborate on projects? So similarly for my family business as well, I realized there was a lot of thought process. There's a difference in thought process, which is, I think, which I would see in every company in different generations. So that was my main achievement, where I could actually bring in that thing that, you how do you manage with different leadership styles, how do you understand the leadership style, how do you make them come on the same page, on the same decision, which would be beneficial for the company.
Right. And like any use cases that you have done,
Use cases like,
as in like any examples of
yeah,
currently that you have done.
like my family business, one of my greatest examples, we are 6 members in the
Mm-hmm.
family, and all 6 of them come from different generations. So every 6 of them had different thought processes. So I worked there for 2 years. I This was a major task for me, because when you work with your family, you see different aspects of them. So
Right.
that is how I could actually, that was a big achievement for me, where I could inculcate that, because my father and my grandfather is different, me and my father are different, my brother and me are different, my brother
Right.
is younger than me. So how do we come on a same platform, and how do we manage the thing, like if suppose I will understand that, okay, this is my dad's leadership style, this is how he would engage with things. So if I'm educated about that, I would pre-hand know about that, and I will make decisions accordingly.
Amazing, amazing. So I can think of some. So manufacturing sectors are good connects for you.
Manufacturing, yes. So right now we're targeting employees which are based in the office. For example, production sector. There are many of them which are based in office, like in the production sectors. They're not within the office space. So I don't think we're targeting those sort of workers, right? Those sort of employees right now. But we're targeting employees that are within the organization right now.
No, but what if it's a manufacturing setup and they are maybe making some
Yeah,
product?
definitely. So because like if I'm not engaged with you, if I'm not collaborated with you, like if I'm not able to collaborate, we will never be able to come to an efficient solution. So of course that is one of the things. I think this would work for any industry, because you need to collaborate with your employees to come up to a solution or a product.
So who are your ideal connects? Where can I refer you ideally
you
to
can
start with?
you can refer me to companies that have 30 to 100 employees. Like more than that, like we're not targeting right now, because we would want to do that when we expand at a later stage. Right now we have the bandwidth of 30 to 100 employees. You can connect me to startups, you can connect me to IT companies, you can connect me to consulting companies.
Okay, but you are wanting more of like white collared employees
White
is
collar
what you
more than
want,
blue collared workers, right?
right? Because
Because to
because
make,
I do know quite a few manufacturers
yeah,
in the east who
right,
have a good amount of workforce in their factory.
that is
So
true,
if you have a solution for them as well,
right.
you can just go and meet them. There's no harm in
Definitely,
going
that
and
would be
meeting,
great.
because there
Yeah,
are good amount of
right. So
manufacturers
this
here
gives
as
me,
well.
yeah. So this gives me one of the like one another horizon to focus on blue collared workers, since we just started in the month of May. This is
Oh
a
wow,
completely
that's
new
great.
startup. So right now we're just targeting white collared workers, but definitely in the future, like 3 4 months down the line, we will be opening a new horizon for blue collared workers as well.
So tell us a bit about you personally, like where
Right.
have you studied and
Yes.
stuff?
So I was in St. Xavier's College, Mumbai. I did my double majors in psychology and economics.
Wow.
And after that, I went for my master's to the UK. I'm an organizational psychologist. I pursued MSc in social and organizational psychologist. And then once I came back, I worked with a startup, and I mentioned my family business was one of my greatest projects, because it all starts from home. So once I realized that, okay, this is what I've been able to achieve, I need to start my own thing. So I always had that inclination to start my own startup, and the
Amazing.
hustle. So now it just started in the month of May.
Amazing. We are all there. I think all everyone watching there will also be wanting to
Yes.
help you as well. So
Okay.
we'll for sure get you introduced, and I'll try and put you up with my company people as well, so that we can get you
Definitely,
some
that would
work,
be
and we'll put her contact details as well in the description, so that you should get in touch with her. Just there's no harm
yeah,
in just connecting and
definitely.
meeting, just to create a relationship, and of course
Definitely.
work keeps flowing over
And it's
relationship.
not just
So
about work. Since I'm at a very early stage, I would be open to learning. Like, you know, I can connect with people if they have any inputs as to how this can work better. I would be open to learning as to how they can educate me better on this topic, because there would be many industry leaders who would be in the industry since many, many years. So, understanding and learning from them as to how this would work in their industry or their company would also help me to excel in life.
amazing. I think I can also get you connected to certain stalwarts in your industry
Yes,
who might be
definitely.
your mentors. You can just
Yeah,
ask for their
that
mentorship,
mentorship. This
and
is
they
exactly
can
what I
guide
have
you.
been looking for. I have been looking for mentors who can actually guide me to come on the right path. They must have seen how these
Yeah,
things.
sure.
This is that you know, there have been many things in their offices, so they can guide me as to how this can work better.
Very much. See, and I have often seen that my mentors have pushed me in their network so
Exactly,
much.
yeah.
So I think for you, you should ideally really build a lot of bonds
Bonds, and
and
I
relationships.
really need a good mentor. Like, I would be open to learning. Like, it would be a great experience for me.
Amazing, amazing. So what's your plan right now? Like, have you done a setup here? And
Yes, so I have an office in Sector 5, and right now, instead of hiring, like, what my target was, that instead of hiring organizational psychologists who already have experience, I felt I should help people from where I came. So when I was in college, I was very confused as to if I should target if I should pursue clinical psychology or organizational psychology, or become a psychiatrist. So it was very confusing for me. And in this field, there are not many internships available, be it Kolkata or anywhere. So right now, since I have started this, my mission was to help other college students
right,
who are confused if they should pursue clinical psychology or organizational psychology, and give them hands-on experience to understand what the work of organizational psychology is. So they come from a very fresh perspective, fresh mind, and they're able to put in a lot of the effort and understand how the work is done.
reminds me, I will also connect you to quite a few of the
Yeah,
colleges here.
yeah,
I'm
that is,
sure.
I'm
So
looking for
I'm
that.
sure that
Yes,
would be a good
that
connect
would
for
be
you,
great.
where it's a both way street, where you
Yeah,
also help them in
help. Yeah,
curating
right.
some of their existing
Yes,
courses,
yes.
and also you help to take their students and put them in the
That
right
is there.
correct path. So I
I've
think,
been invited to Amity University
wow,
to deliver a speech on those aspects of organizational psychology and what are the future prospects of organizational psychology to the second year students.
right, right. I'm sure this will. So in all these
Yeah.
places, always keep a mindset of helping.
Helping,
Yes.
definitely. This
So
is
if you keep
helping.
keep a
Yeah.
mindset of helping,
Yeah,
you will
that
get
is
helped as
true.
well.
That
So
definitely.
I'm sure you'll be doing great in
And
this, and we are all here together to help you.
that would be great. Like,
So
if there's anything that I can help people with, I would be more than willing to help.
great. That's great to know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much for your
Thank you
time.
so much.
Thank you
Thank you.
for
Thank
coming
you.
to our office for your
Thanks a
time,
lot.
and we'll add her contact details. So, and catch you all another time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.